We've made it to Halloween week, and in just a few days, little ghouls and goblins, princesses and superheroes, celebrities and everything in between will take over the streets asking for treats and offering a few tricks too. But with so many excited little ones, we want to make sure it's not only a happy but a very safe Halloween night, which is exactly why we invited Kyle Gaines, the Public Information Officer with the St. Charles County Ambulance District, for today's My Mom Club segment, sponsored by Premier U. Happy almost Halloween to you, sir.
Happy almost Halloween to you also. Y'all excited for candy and all that good stuff?
I am really excited. I think my kids are too, and probably your kids at home as well. And let's jump right into that. What are a few reminders parents should be saying to their kiddos heading into this big night?
They've probably been having a lot of these conversations since kiddos were able to walk, to be honest with you. So that's a good thing. We want to make sure that we are sticking to sidewalks whenever we possibly can. We want to make sure that whenever we have to cross the street to get to a friend or a neighbor's house, that we try and do so at a crosswalk. Even better if it's under a street light whenever we do that. The big thing we want to make sure that kids avoid is walking out from between two parked cars, because obviously it's getting dark much earlier than it was even just a few weeks ago. And that darkness and a lot of dark costumes is a bad combination, and we want to make sure that cars can see kids crossing the street.
And let's build off of that. When it comes to the costumes, are there certain things parents should be thinking about with the costumes, maybe to make them a bit easier to see?
Easier to see is one factor, and visibility is something we talk about a lot whenever we talk with groups of kids. You know, we often use the superhero analogy about invisibility, and we want to be the opposite of that, very, very visible. And that can be accomplished with the reflective tape strips that they sell. We've got glow bracelets that we've been handing out for the last several weeks throughout the county. You can pick those up pretty much anywhere. And then also carrying a flashlight so that drivers, other pedestrians can see you coming. Other costume tips would be making sure that the costume is sized appropriately so that it can't trip them up. That's a big one, going up and down those couple of porch stairs. And then also masks, making sure that the eye holes are nice and big, not these really small little pinhole-sized eye holes. You don't see as much of that anymore. They've really made them a lot better. But making sure that the eye holes are big enough to allow the kids to see peripherally.
And then as we do wrap this up, I do want to throw out a statistic that stopped me in my tracks when I read it. According to safekids.org, on average, children are more than twice as likely to be hit and killed on Halloween night versus any other night of the year. So with that information, what advice do you have for drivers who are going to be out and about on Halloween night too?
A couple simple things. Reduce speed below the speed limit, particularly in residential areas. Remove distractions from the car. Obviously that would mean cell phones, but turn down the radio way low. Always be scanning in front of you and peripherally to make sure that you don't have one of those witches or superheroes that may be walking out on the quest for candy.
Really good advice. Kyle, thank you for being here today.
Anytime.
My Mom Club is sponsored by Premier U. Give their South County location a call today at 636-492-5433. Or for those of you on the Illinois side, call 618-750-5433 for their Swansea location. You can also find them on the web at premierumed.com.